Lots of things happening. Vijay Shekhar Sharma, the promoter of Paytm, sought an appointment with RBI officials. They gave him the appointment, they heard him, but they did not give in anything. That's what our sources are telling. RBI is going to do what it's going to do, and they are continuing to stay on that course. That's one part of the story. For the benefit of viewers, RBI has taken action against Paytm Bank and told them that the KYC norms have not been followed and they've been given time till the end of this month. Now that has led to a lot of confusion about how Paytm users have to shift money out of their wallet that they maintain with Paytm Bank, which is used by users, that is users of Paytm app. Now, over the last 2-3 days, there have been a lot of lobbying going on. There were reports that people can buy Paytm Bank could be bought by Jio Financial Services, and that got denied. And what I have also heard is that Paytm has approached 3 private banks. Now, all the 3 private banks, my source tells me, is that they are not entertaining any discussion at this stage because they have said that, look, we don't want to get into this mess. They want to stay clear of this at this stage because the RBI investigation or the RBI case is still on. Till then, they will not do. And of course, the second part of the story, which Tamanna has been tracking.
Yeah. Right, so this is going to be interesting on this front because 3 private banks that have been approached, and now the thing is that the banks are still thinking whether to look at a Paytm or not right now. Tamanna, at your end as well, you've been looking at a couple of, startups, etc., who have actually, looked at the letter. What are you picking up?
So I got a sense of what the intent was of this clutch of startup founders who wrote to the RBI, the Prime Minister's office, and the Finance Minister, asking for a relaxation or a review of the RBI's action. And it's quite a strong letter because it says this is having a chilling effect on the fintech space and will throttle digital innovation. So they've gone as far as equating Paytm Payments Bank with the entire fintech ecosystem. So I got a better sense of what they're trying to do, and what they're saying is that the idea is not to ask for special treatment for any fintech founder. That's not what they're asking for. What they're saying, though, is that the RBI should have the same approach to Paytm Payments Bank as they did with, say, a Yes Bank, where you've spotted a problem, but you've very quickly moved to arrest any fallout from it. So, for example, why not give someone the charge almost immediately of Paytm Payments Bank? That would avoid the situation that Murli is talking about, where Paytm is going around and asking banks to rescue them, and no one wants to touch this with a barge pole because they don't know what the extent of investigation is, if there is any mismanagement in KYCs, etc. Nobody really knows. So no one wants to take on that risk. What these people are arguing is that this is something that the regulator should have foreseen and maybe put someone in charge before pulling the rug from under Paytm. Having said that, if you see the letter, Hiral, it's quite aggressive because you're saying that the Paytm has done such a great job bringing digital innovation. So that is why you should review what the RBI has done. That's not quite fair, because if you run afoul of the rules, then no matter what you've done in the past, you will be held accountable.
Absolutely, you will be held accountable if there are delinquencies that are found. But what's interesting to see over here is after these 3 consecutive sessions of lower circuits, today the stock is trading in the positive. Murli, does that tell you anything from a stock perspective?
Yeah, no, so that's slightly difficult to find out because we don't know where the bottom is. So today maybe some buyers would have emerged, therefore the circuit opened. But from a it's very difficult to say that, okay, this is a stock where you should go and buy at a particular level. Now, if you remember, in the past also this has happened. The stock hit lower circuit after some action was taken, and then some buyers emerged. After that, things gotten worse. Now, to get in at this stage is a bit of a risk. I don't know somebody must be doing some positional trading here.
Yeah, I think perhaps even this show of support from all of these startup founders would have sentimentally boosted the stock. I just want to add one more input of conversations I had with sources in the ministry, which is Ameti, on how they are looking at this entire situation from a startup ecosystem point of view. And they were very clear, and they were also talking about what's happened with Byju's, etc., saying that you have to follow the rules. Another important point that came in is that if you're so convinced that wrong was done to you by the regulator, you always have the option of approaching courts. And you should do that instead of playing, quote unquote, the victim card. So a lot brewing in the story from every angle.
And one more thing I want to add over here is I think Bernstein was the one who called out a buy on dip, right? So I think that is something that probably people are looking at.
No, so we'll have to see how this whole thing plays out. You know, you will have a clear picture only after the 29th. Till then, you cannot take a very clear view whether it's on the stock or the business of Paytm. One thing that has emerged, Tamanna, is that it's an unsigned letter. I mean, the people who are lobbying against the RBI action, they don't want to put a name or face to this. You know, because they just don't want to be seen as associated and involved in this kind of a situation. So if somebody has got a very strong argument and they know that there is a strong case, why can't they come out? They are not. I don't know why they are hiding, and they are leaking this paper to the media. And we also want to say that, look, very clearly, this is an unsigned letter that has been sent out by all the so-called startups who are saying that, you know, fintech is big, that will come in the way of, you know, digital economy, and nothing will come in the way. If there is a wrongdoing, it's a wrongdoing.
I think it's also an extension of the lobbying that you're talking about, that Vijay Shekhar Sharma is not now doing. Of course, he's gone to the RBI, he's going to ask the regulator for some solution, but this is also sort of surround sound, building in a case for the larger ramifications. Having said that, the RBI will have to quickly come in with clarity. I'm assuming on the 8th, when the governor answers questions from journalists, this is going to be one, that how will you ensure that there is no fallout, no concern in the ecosystem at all with what's happened with PPB.
And I'm sure they will have to respond to it as well, because I think little over 60% is still owned by FIs, right? So an answer from the FI side will be sought very categorically from the regulator. And almost around 10 to 11 lakh retail investors who've now got trapped in this entire Paytm story, taking into consideration the IPO price from where they entered to where it is now until this actually gets resolved.
Yeah, no, see, it's not just the stock market angle. That's only one part of the story.
Absolutely.
You know, investors have to take risk with any investment that they do. Okay, so here it's not a question of saving the investors. Investors have taken a risk. They have put in money. There are investors who paid at the IPO over 2,000 rupees. Now, that's not the issue. The issue here is, you know, what will happen to the customers? Customers, will they have trust? I have heard, you know, cab drivers telling me that yahan petrol pump mein use nahi kar pa raha hu main, I could not use, main kya karu? Those kind of questions have started coming. And some people are also saying that they are shifting to other apps. Now, so I think what the RBI would do, and its intention is to clearly let people take out whatever balances that they have with the Paytm bank, and that's why they have given time till the end of this month.
End of this month. So I think the development is going to be absolutely important for all of us to track from all angles.
Right.
Because it's not only the legal part of it, but you know, even if you have to look at how much retailers' trust is broken, that part of it is also a bigger part of the story, because it's not only about Paytm then. This extrapolates to a lot of other startups and that entire ecosystem, taking into consideration what you've spoken about.
I would argue not. That's the argument they're trying to make, Hiral. But frankly, not. Because if there is a concern, then you have to face it. It's like saying the Yes Bank case extrapolates to the entire banking system. No, it does not. There was a particular problem there that the regulator moved and swooped in to fix. And likewise, they're doing with Paytm's payment bank. Well. Having said that, what they've done does not hinder day-to-day operations and use of the Paytm app. You can still Paytm Karo. So that's pretty much there. What has hit them is the reputational risk, which the markets seem to be reversing now.
Absolutely. Let's see where it ends up with once you get some bit of further clarification coming in. But 3.5% to 4% is the up move that we're seeing in today's session. Thank you, Murli. Thank you, Tamanna, for joining us on the show and getting us this detailed analysis of what's gone wrong, what happened when Vijay Shekhar Sharma actually met the regulator, and post that what others are thinking about it as well. But